So you have one of these. This is the Mavic Pro 1, and you've just seen this.
This is Mavic 2.
And now you really, really want that. But do you actually need it? So the Mavic Pro 2. Sorry, the Mavic Pro... No, the Mavic 2 Pro. It gets really confusing because this is called the Mavic Pro 1 and then there's the Mavic 2 Pro. It should be called the Mavic Pro 2 and then the Mavic Pro 2 Zoom because there's two different ones, but I don't know why they did that. That's just confusing to me. But anyway, it's a really good looking drone and it's very similar to this design. They've basically taken what was good with this design, which was everything, and enhanced it, made it a lot better. But it is a lot of money. It's more money than this one cost and you may not necessarily need it. So I'm just going to talk about some of those features and if you really need those features, and some of the stuff you can kind of do with this anyway, so we'll talk about that. So the biggest thing that the Mavic 2 Pro has is 10-bit color. The Mavic Pro 1 can capture 8-bit, which is about 256 colors, and then the 10-bit in Mavic 2 Pro now has 1,024 colors, so 1,024. So 4 times as many colors, meaning that everything is going to look a lot more natural. You have a lot more play in post in terms of color grading, and that's a big thing for some people. But if you're just putting videos on YouTube, you may not need that. So don't think that that is the only reason that you need to get this drone, because it's not. So with the 10-bit color, it also comes better dynamic range, meaning it can capture more in highlights and more in the shadows. You can get a bigger spectrum of dynamic range from the Mavic 2 Pro. And basically, yeah, if in things that would typically be blown out in your highlights before, or you can't see them in the shadows before, now you might be able to get information from those and actually have it usable in your video. 100 megabits video quality, basically higher quality video. It's going to look a lot crisper, a lot cleaner, a lot nicer, and overall just better video quality. Also a bigger sensor. It's now a 1-inch sensor in the camera. It's going to be the same, if not a similar sensor to what is in one of the RX 100 series. It's a little point and shoot camera, a really expensive point and shoot camera, but a very well rated and reviewed camera. So bigger sensor basically means better in low light. So all of those video features, they're amazing, but honestly, do you necessarily need them? If you're just shooting videos for YouTube or just for yourself, I honestly don't think you do. I think a lot of those video features are aimed at professionals. People are doing a lot of post grading, people who really need to be able to push the camera to its absolute limits. So you may not need all those features. Even if you're doing pro work, the Mavic Pro 1 still might be enough. And not to take anything away from the Mavic 2 Pro, but up until the announcement, were you really that disappointed with the video quality from this? I can say that I wasn't, and I'm still not now. I've shot a ton of stuff that I look at even now and still are amazed by the video quality from this, so I'm still happy with the video quality from this. I don't necessarily need those features. Now the Zoom 1 does look genuinely interesting and I think could be very useful. When you're zoomed in, you get a much more cinematic style of videos and things just look much more cinematic. So I think the Zoom 1, if I was gonna end up getting one, would be maybe the one that I'd consider. You can actually zoom optically, not even digitally, within that. So that's a really useful feature and I can see that being a popular choice for a lot of people. Especially professional people, maybe people who need to inspect roofs or inspect things from far away that they can't necessarily get to. Having that zoom aspect will be a really useful feature. If you want to kind of mimic with your Mavic Pro 1, the zooming in aspect, you can do that kind of. You just need to shoot in 4K and then you'll be able to zoom twice in post. Now it's only going to give you 1080 then, but you're going to get a little bit of zoom. So you can do that in post if you wanted to get that zoom effect and not buy the second one. The dolly zoom is something that they have now put in the Mavic 2 Pro, and because it's a setting or feature, I think we're going to see YouTube inundated with dolly zoom drone effects now. It's probably going to be like the 2018 drone effect, and it's just going to destroy it for everyone. No one's going to want to do that anymore. But so you can do that. That's a feature. It is nice. It is cool until it starts to get overused, as I said. But you can mimic that effect again with a Mavic Pro 1. You basically shoot in 4K and then through moving in with the drone and moving out in post or vice versa, you can mimic that same dolly zoom effect. So it's definitely possible with the Mavic Pro 1. It's just in the Mavic 2 Pro, it's a setting that now does it for you. The Pro version has adjustable aperture, so you can change the aperture. That's really good for if you forget your ND filters, you can make it darker and you can get that same cinematic shot. Obviously the 180-degree rule, so if you want to apply that, you use the adjustable aperture and you don't need to use NDs quite as much. Also means you can get more in focus. Instead of that little focal range, you can have a much broader focal range if you want to go up to a higher aperture. Can't say I've ever had an issue with that on my Mavic Pro 1, though I really do like the aperture on the camera. I think it's a 2.8 right now on the Mavic Pro 1, and on the new one, actually I don't even know. Battery life has an increased flight time, 4 minutes. Do you need that? Probably not. Just buy a second battery. 4 minutes really isn't an amazing amount of time. I rarely fly for more than 10 minutes. I kind of fly up, get what I need, fly back. If I need to go up again, I'll go up again. I don't see how that extra 4 minutes is really necessarily needed. That's not a feature you should be buying this drone specifically for, in my opinion. Speed, extra 5 miles an hour. Again, do you need that? They're not racing drones. They're not intended for racing. The only thing I can really see that being useful for is if you're flying really low to the ground and you want really, really nice kind of speed. The other thing being if you're in high wind and you need that a little bit extra push to get you back to yourself or your home position, the extra speed will help you with that too. Range increase from 7 kilometers to 8 kilometers, 1 additional kilometer. Again, do you need that? I mean, I've had mine for 2 years now, and I still get scared when I can't even see it. I know it can go up to 7 kilometers, but I think I've rarely flown it past 1 or 2 kilometers. So unless you're really pushing it far and far away from you, I don't see why you'd need that extra 1 kilometer. It is OcuSync 2, so it's probably going to be a little bit more reliable even in those shorter distances, but I don't know. I just don't think 8 kilometers is needed personally. If you really need that extra range, it might be useful to you, but I don't want to go that far. Scares me still. Extra sensors, so it's safer to fly. It will detect everything around you now, up, down, so it can detect things above you if you're flying indoors and you hit the ceiling. That's a cool feature. Rarely fly mine indoors. Again, you may not need that feature. Drone is a lot safer. You're a lot less likely to hit things, hit people. It's a good thing, but again, I've never had the issue with the Mavic Pro 1. I don't necessarily think that that's something I need right now. So there's new features and they're cool. They're good. They're useful features. I believe a good term we could use to describe this drone would be an entry-level professional drone. These features are designed for professionals, people who want to do a lot of grading. They need that extra video quality, as I said before. They need to push the boundaries of what the sensor can get, the camera can get. And I think that's who this drone is designed at. It's a much more compact drone, so you don't need to have a big bag for the Inspire or for the Phantom 4 Pro. So being able to put these features in that drone is really, really useful. I don't believe the majority of people really do need these features. It's for professional people, in my opinion. So don't give up on this guy yet. It's still a really good drone. I'm going to continue to use this, and I think you should too, unless you really do need those extra features. There's always going to be a new product coming out. I don't think this is the right time to sell this yet. I may change my mind in 6 months' time, but right now, that's kind of how I feel. And I want to leave you with this thought. Up until the Mavic 2 Pro was announced, was there anything that you really were not happy about with your Mavic Pro 1? If the answer to that for you is yes for multiple things, then the Mavic 2 Pro might be a good choice for you. If not, do you really need it? I just wanted to share my thoughts on it, and I think there's going to be a lot of people thinking the same thing, and they need some justification as to whether they should stick with their Mavic Pro 1. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know down below what you think, if you agree or disagree. There's probably some stuff I've missed, but yeah, just wanted to talk about it today, and I'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.